Hey YouTube family, today we're going to be planting garlic, but before we do that, I just want to go ahead and give you an update on a couple of things that have been going on in the garden. First, I want to go ahead and show you how things have been ripening up here on our tomato plants sitting on the back porch. Now, let me let you know first that Lynn got a little anxious and she pulled some of those in after we got back from a trip up to see our grandsons, and so it's not going to look like there's been a vast difference, but there has. So I'll take you in and show you those tomatoes. So before we go outside and we plant our garlic, let me go ahead and give you an update on a couple of things that we've got going on. All right, it doesn't look like much has happened because everything looks still pretty green. But again, we see some here starting to turn. We see some down here starting to turn. We see some over there. That one's starting to turn. But let me take you inside and show you what we've got going on in what we've pulled off already. So this is how things were starting to look on the plants. I know these aren't the prettiest things, but again, they were end of season tomatoes. Lynn's going to be putting these into sauces, so that's not a big deal. The only one that's kind of a big deal is this one here. We brought in an ant from off the back porch. The only one that's a big deal is this one. This is one of our mortgage lifters that we want to ripen up, and then we can slice. So again, things are starting to ripe up. She just brought these in because the little sun golds don't seem to have been ripening up at all, but they're doing pretty good. All right, when you buy garlic from a place like Burpee's or Johnny's Selected Seeds, or even in the store, they're not going to come looking like this. They're going to come in whole cloves, and you need to bust those cloves into their individual little pieces. Make sure to leave the paper on. You don't want to peel these back like you do to use them for cooking. You've got to leave those outer skins on. You're going to want to store those whole cloves in a cool, dry place from about 50 to 60 degrees if you're not going to plant them right away. We stored these in our basement in a nice, cool place, dry place, because I went ahead and busted these up from the whole cloves. Took me a little while. We had 2 complete bags of cloves. We're going to take those out and see how many we get out of those. But you're going to want to put those in a nice, well-drained, soft soil. The pH wants to be between 6 and 7. You'll plant these in the fall, sometime after the first frost, and you can plant them, depending on your zone, all the way to about mid-November. Now, we're going to get some mulch here in a little bit, straw mulch, and mulch our onion and our garlic beds down before a really heavy season comes in. Whoa, I keep dropping things. They're slippery little guys. Well, let me get another one out of here. There we go. And so you're going to, now where was I at? You're going to want to get these put into the ground, mulch them to keep them from a really hard frost, especially if you're in a really if you get really severe colds in winters, like up in Michigan where we used to live. All right, as you plant these into the ground, you're going to want to put them down about 3 inches complete. You'll want the root side down, and you're going to want to put this little side up, the pointy end up, because that's how it's going to grow. So let's go ahead, let's get these outside. You're going to see me do this exactly like I did the onions. We're going to take our box, we're going to divide it out into 1-foot sections, and we'll end up with about 12 1-foot squares in the garden, and we'll get as many into the garden as we can. I want to show you something. I'm actually pretty excited. Maybe at the end of this video, we'll take a peek and show you how things are going. But we had 30 to 40 mile an hour sustained winds over this last weekend coming out of Halloween. Matter of fact, Halloween here was a pretty miserable day. And I was a little concerned about how it was going to stand up to the wind. You see it's pulled away maybe just a little bit here on the edge, but it's actually done an incredibly good job of withstanding this. Now, something else we're going to do is end up putting a thermometer on the inside of this so we can watch the temperature from inside. Right now we've got a thermometer that hangs outside. Here, let's see, I've got it, I think, up in this tree. Oh no, I think Lynn's cut it down already and put it in the back porch. And so we used to hang it up in this tree in the shade so we wouldn't get it registering a false reading from direct sunlight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that inside the hoop house, and then the readout is beside our TV inside, and we can keep an eye on how the temperature is going inside the hoop house. So let me go ahead and get this set up and we'll get planted. All right, we're gonna see how well our Agribon covers did. Again, a lot of this was, we weren't here to, you know what? Let's not pull those off. We can just pull this out of the ground. We weren't around to make sure that these were covered well because again, we're out of town. So, look at this. Very, very happy.
Surviving.
Here you go, baby. Very, very good. Now, this insect eating was done earlier in the season, and we got after them, but boy, these heads are looking nice. Really, really good. Really good. So Lynn will get...
I think this is a nice head, and this is, yeah, I'm gonna cut those two.
Remember, if we need to bring them all in, we can, because we're gonna do a little bit of our own sauerkraut. We're not huge sauerkraut fans, but we do eat it on sandwiches. So, all right, give you a good update with that, and we'll show you what things are looking like inside our hoop houses here in a little bit.
Take this one out too. There we go. Just look at. That one's not huge.
What about that one? Or that one? That one's pretty good.
Oh, it's not too bad. No, that's kind of small. I think those need to get a little bigger.
Okay.
Because I think those were kind of like transplants.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yay. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see how things are underneath the tarp. Lots of moisture. We got lots of moisture that's on the tarp, lots of moisture that's down here. I'll let Lynn pull these clips and we'll take a look and see what things are like on the inside. Take a peek. Wow, the soil is very, very damp. I mean, not in a bad way. Things are very damp. The plants are looking really good. We even have some germination.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
We even have some germination down here. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look down here, see how our germination is doing. Now, this spinach doesn't look good because we transplanted it. This, all the way back there, that large one.
But if you look at the middles, you can see you got a lot of
green. They're starting to come back because
back.
Those were having a really rough time. Oh, very, very wet.
I was just gonna use, I was gonna do something here with these 3/4.
All right, let's take a look at this box. This was a completely fresh box also with new seed. Again, I don't know if you can see all that water on top of there. Wow, lots of water. Oh, look at that. Things are gonna look good. Hey, look at that. Things are looking really good. Really, really good. All right, we'll cover that back up. And then I'm gonna put a thermostat in there. Whoa. So a little bit of bonus footage on how things are coming under the hoop house. Temperatures have gotten down well below 30 and over the last several days. And so again, we'll just go ahead and we'll get a thermostat in there and we'll show you guys how things are coming. So the reason why we've put the Agribond down on the garlic is not to end up keeping it from frost or anything like that, or it might provide some aspect of warmth. But the reason why we've got these down is for squirrels. Last year, we lost probably at least half, if not more, of our garlic to those wascally squirrels. And so this is there to prevent them. So far, it's done well with our onions. They haven't come and bothered the onions at all. And we're hoping that this does the same. Let them get established before the squirrels come in. Rabbits, we can keep out. Got everything fenced pretty good. Never had a problem with coons or any other animals, deer. Just squirrels. I hate squirrels. So again, hopefully this has been an encouragement to you. You've still got time, depending on where you're at. Get that garlic in, give it a shot, see what comes up. If you like garlic, what a neat thing that is. You can either use it fresh or you can grind it up, dehydrate it, powder it, and your homemade garlic powder is going to be better than anything, I'm telling you, anything you will ever get in the store. Well, again, thanks for being with us today. If you haven't hit the like button yet, the thumbs up button underneath the video, please do that. If you haven't yet subscribed to Simple Homesteading, please also do that. And if you are subscribed, and if you'd like to know when a new video comes out, hit the little bell button over to the right-hand side so you can be notified when we post a new video. Again, thanks for being with us here at Simple Homesteading.